quick bike check. This is day 3 of the trip, but it's technically day 2 of the Slovenian West Loop, just on the longest gravel descent I think I've ever done, longest gravel climb I've ever done. Day 1, straight from the capital, from the airport to Kranjska Gora. I'm sorry if I'm murdering these place names. Day 2, we did a road loop, ditched the bags, did a road loop, did the Mangart, which I think is Slovenia's tallest climb. It's over 2,000 meters, and then did the Vršić pass from the backside. And then day 3, we're back on the loop, the official loop, and did the Vršić pass again and the Mount Stol climb, which is an insanely rough gravel descent, and it is taking its toll on the bike. Breakages, we've had a few. This front rack from Brick Lane bikes is snapped already. I've just put the arm next to the bolt so it doesn't smash the frame up. That's such a shame because I made this lovely carbon rack for it. I hate riding with bar bags, but I resorted to strapping this tailfin dry bag. This is actually a tailfin 5 litre fork pack with the frame removed, and I've strapped it to the bars. Don't like using big bar bags because I really like to have full use of the bars and the drops, and with my sleeping bag and stuff being so large, because I have to get XL of everything, and I'm on a budget because my sleeping bag is quite a cheap one from Decathlon and it's massive. So I've got that on a tailfin rear rack. That's a 10 litre mini pannier from Tailfin, and this whole tailfin thing has just been literally a godsend. Yes, it is heavy. It's over 1 kilo for the bag and the arch, but it's so quiet, it doesn't rattle. All the other guys, like, you know, their sandals are falling off and everything ends up in my bag. The fork pack and the front panniers are heavy, so I've removed the framework from them and I'm just using it as normal dry bags. But yeah, this lightweight rack from Brick Lane Bikes was too good to be true. It was okay for a couple of days, and I noticed this morning one side of the bolted hole had sheared through, and what's going on with the camera here? Yeah, now the other side's gone. The 2.2 on the front has been pretty good on the road, with lots of pressure in it. Climbed the Mangart yesterday, which is a horrific climb. It's so long, and you know, I wouldn't advise taking a bike like this up there, but on this stuff the other guys are really struggling, so the big tyres have been a godsend. The spokes, I've had a number of loose spokes on the rear wheel, but it's kind of to be expected. They're brand new. The torque when you're in the reduction gear and cranking up climbs, all this crap on, cranking up climbs at like walking place, does put the spokes through a real difficult time. I probably should have tensioned them up before the trip, to be honest. But the worst thing is the fact that the right hand shifter on the TRP group set doesn't work. Let me down basically on the first wooded climb of day 1. We came up, I was WhatsApping basically the TRP guy from the forest. Bless him, Yannick really helped me out on a Sunday to diagnose it, and I've basically got function of the rear derailleur only, not the hub. So I can't change gear in the hub, but I can change gear on the back. And I've wired it to the left shifter, so the left shifter actually changes gear on the back, which is a massive fucking disappointment. Like, because I was testing this group set for about 3 weeks before coming out here, washed it, used it in the mud, thrashed it, no problems at all. Thought it was literally my new favourite group set. But the disappointment of standing there in the forest, and I'll try and drop in a picture when I make this video of like my mates taking the piss, of me WhatsApping TRP guy, like, really not good. So as soon as I get back, all this shifter crap is going back, because if you're out here and you're doing kind of 600 kilometers in 4 days or something, all off-road, there's no support. You just need it to work. And like, I think electronic group sets have just gone too far with apps. Like, it's not his fault, but he was telling me, like, if you try pairing it with the app, I was like, mate, I'm in a fucking forest. I don't need to pair it with the app. What's going wrong? I wish I'd have just used mechanical, to be fair. It's stuck. I've made it so it's stuck in the reduction ratio on purpose. So I'm not actually missing out, because I mean there's hardly any terrain here where I'd use the kind of big ring front mech mode, so it's always in the reduction gear, and I've got the bottom gear, which is the most important thing, so I will be able to finish the loop. Anyway, this video's gone way too long. The bike, the Yoeleo bike, you might have noticed I haven't mentioned anything about it. Absolutely perfect, hasn't missed a beat. No slipping seat posts, no headset noises. Headset in the preloads are absolutely rock solid. Can't fault it, and the new geometry with the longer front end, so much better. So I'm dead chuffed, and it's got so many compliments in this colour as well. So kudos to Yoeleo, and yeah, catch you soon.